Actually, Bengali peoples do not recognize the word Bengal. There is Japat in Bengal. No casteism in Bengal. There is no Jati in Bengal. They are only class. There is no caste, and it is very truth. But being a member of that state, it is very difficult to say I am a Dalit, and after that I am a Dalit writer. Then we win some international award from writing this type of literature. It is not they are pleased because this is we are actually make them villain towards the about people. Now I am speaking about Bangladeshi literature. Chorjapad is the mother of Bengali literature. It was written from 8th to 12th century, that is 780 to 1200 AD. Was discovered in 1907 in the Royal Court Library of Nepal and published in the year 1916 in Bengal by Haraprasad Shastri. Fortunately or unfortunately, Sri Sri Horileelamrita, the first book where the word Dalit is prominent and used by the Bengali author Tarak Chandra Sarkar, was also published in the year 1916. Although we know the word Dalit was in 1958, but Tarak Chandra Sarkar used this word before 1916. Some critics says that the word was used in Maharashtra 1958, but I think it is not correct because the word was previously used in Sri Sri Horileelamrita. In South India, Non-Brahmin Manifesto also published in 1916. This year is very important, I think. Next book, Sri Sri Gurchand's Chorit, was published in the year 1943. It was written by Mohananda Haldar. All these are Mutua literature as well as Dalit literature. Why do I say these books are Dalit literature, or why do we consider these books as Dalit literature? As we come to know the Dalit history from these books like Untouchability of Undivided Bengal, Education Movement of the Untouchable by Harichandra Thakur. Harichandra Thakur was born in 1812, before Phule, and his son Guruchandra Thakur, 1847 to 1937, who was a great leading personality. Self-respect movement of Bengal was happened in the year 1972-73. The untouchable first movement for their identity and dignity in India, they boycott to serve to the so-called upper caste people. They stopped their services in all ground like scavenging, hair cutting and other services also, and so on. But influenced by the Maharashtra Dalit Panther movement 1972, Bangla Dalit Sahitya Parishad was found in the year 1987 by Lokul Malik, Bashanto Mandol, but it was not continuing. After Chuni Kota's suicide in 16th August 1992, a Shabor girl of Vidyasagar University, she was humiliated by her professor and committed suicide like Rohit Hemula. Rohit Hemula committed in 2016, but Chuni Kotal incident was happened in Bengal 1992. The Bengalis passed. Bangla Dalit Sahitya Sanstha was started its movement after Chuni Kotal committed suicide after that. And their periodical Chaturtha Duniya was published in 1994. Although we also started our periodical Nid Ritu Patro from 1994. Initially, it was published with some special issues like folklore, folk drama, centenary issues, loneliness, like psychological issues, reservation, water, drinking water crisis about refugees, short stories about of Aborigine languages, and from 2011 it becomes the open field of Dalit women writing only. They write about. Actually, I'm very much grateful and proud that here some Dalit dignitaries, women dignitaries like Anita Bharati. She is solely batting on now in Hindi belt, where the Dalit literature also prominently not mentioned. But she is batting solely with a lot of Dalit women. Here, Shiva Kami also solely batting with South Indian and others like IIT, IIM, because we focus on this institution like higher education, because maximum suicide cases are happening there. So it is very trauma, all the caste trauma is happening in the higher education center. So we must focusing there. Sorry, I will manipulate this timing. But then these women are not only writing critical writings, they will write creative writings. We the women writings about Ambedkar special issues, Dalit great personalities issues, current issues is about Mahamanav Gautam Buddha. These are the last issues. But the periodicals is covering 32 years. It is the 32 years of these issues. I like to say modern age of Dalit literature started from 87, or you may say 1992, as you can. But Dalit women age is started quite delay, and it started from 2011, we can say. Now this is the second wave of Dalit literature according to some critics. But Dalit literature is generally written from sufferings, deprivation, victimization. It also includes rebellion and upliftment from deprivation. Dalit wants to free from Dalitization. Manohar Moli Vishesh mentioned somewhere, if we call the aesthetics of mainstream literature synthesis, then perhaps the aesthetic of Dalit literature is an antithesis. And both negotiation of meeting point, what we may be called synthesis. Thesis, antithesis, and then synthesis. And integral living together of our literary work. Shiva Kami demanded that other platform of Sahitya Akadmi discussion, Dalit are absent there. This is very good demand, but I do not know when you want this demand, then your this reserved area will be gone through, I think, because you do not enter there, but they will enter there also, I think. The greater beauty lies in the body of synthesis. He also mentioned Mahi, Ashur and Durga. I like to say in this context that can anybody kill his fellow citizen throughout the age? Can it be celebrated? Any killing can be celebrated? Is it humanitarian? But it is the great Utsav of Bengal. Ashur communities are enlisted at the serial number 1 of scheduled tribe list. But we do so very easy way without hesitating. Not only that, we don't know how the PVTG amount for particularly vulnerable tribal groups, their ground can spent by other portion of cultural issues. We discuss about capitalism, but it is necessary to speak about cultural capitalism of India and who are enjoying this property and consuming it. 21st century, the Likhte voices arises some questions like this, but how many days they will loud about their deprivation. We know the word Ambedkar, Ambedkar, Ambedkar. इतनी बार भगवान का नाम लेता तो स्वर्ग मिल जाता. He does not know the line of Tarak Chandra Sarkar, the writer of Sri Sri Horilamrito, the line যে যারে উদ্ধার করে সে তার ঈশ্বর, ভক্তি যোগে সেই তার স্বয়ং অবতার. Of course, they are our Bhagavan. Horichand, Guruchand, Ambedkar, Phule, all are our Ishwar, as they rescued us from this dark, brutal societal condition. During the British period, the right to exercise electoral facilities was given only to those who had education and property. As a result, the untouchables can not get a share in political power, and even other non-Dalit castes will only limited political power. Ambedkar says, in India the majority is not a political majority. In India the majority is born, it is not made. This is the difference between a communal majority. It is a majority which is always made, unmade and remade. A communal majority is permanent majority fixed in its attitude. One can destroy it, but one cannot transfer it. Now begin Bengali writer. I am Bhuspeti. I also said I will take 1 minute more. 21st century writers write, পুরোহিত অন্য গ্রামে, এই গ্রামে কৃষকের বাস, কেবলমাত্র কৃষকেরা থাকে. সন্ধ্যায় পুরোহিত, হাতে শালগ্রাম, নারায়ণ তার. কৃষকের ঘরে নারায়ণ নেই, ধান লক্ষ্মী হয়ে গোলায়. কোজাগরী পূর্ণিমা, মাটির দাওয়া, চালের আলপনা, ঘরে ধান লক্ষ্মী, তবুও চপলা লক্ষ্মী কৃষকের ঘরে থাকে না. কেননা নারায়ণ শালগ্রামে, পুরোহিত থাকে, মন্ত্র থাকে, মন্ত্র না থাকে অন্য গ্রামে. কোজাগরী পূর্ণিমা, লেহি হালদার. Ruined history by Manjubala. This is not the luxury of poetry, but a piece of fire retrieved from the uprooted, lying in the community's old grave, passed forth through the heart of this poem, stream of molten lava, all explosive combustible, seeking to burn, destroy and efface the ruined history of the civilization burying its teeth. স্মৃতিকণা রাইট ইন এ ভার্নাকুলার বাংলাদেশি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ. দু একজন চইলা যাচ্ছ ছন্ন ছাড়া হইয়া, ফেলায় যাচ্ছ জন্মের মতো ভাটিয়ালি সুর, বাতাস তারে বইয়া লইয়া যাত অনেক দূর. কান পাতলি শুনতে যে বাই দেহতত্ত্ব গান, অশ্বিনী তারক বিজয় নিশি সকল তাগের গান. সঙ্গে করে নিয়া যাও নিশান কাশি ডঙ্কা, পিটান দিবা মাতাম দিয়া ফেলায় দিয়া শঙ্কা. বিদাস বিবই অসেনা সব কহানে কেডা আছে বিপদ বুঝলি হরি বলবা আপন পাবা কাছে আশালতা রট ওরা এলো নিখোঁজ শিশুর মতো বনবাদার থেকে বর্ণহীন গোত্রহীন জীবন্ত কয়েকটি জীবন দেখতে ওরা চাইল সূর্যের রক্তিম আভা দুহাতে তৃণ ছড়িয়ে বাঁধতে চাইল আলোর দেশে অথচ ওদের সর্বাঙ্গে ভূমিহীন হীনতার আচ্ছাদন I finished with the word of with some word of Antonio Gramsci. The term subaltern was introduced by Antonio Gramsci to identify the socially, economically and politically exploited and marginalized classes of whom the dominant class puts forth in hegemonic power and impact. The subalterns have no place and political space within the hegemonic order. Their history is often erased or silenced by the mainstream historiography. Now the word is not same as it was in 1930. It is used in the broader perspective and synonymous others, backward class, minorities, SC, ST, subjugated women, colorized subject, and also for children whose voice have been muted. Thank you, Sahitya, for your patience to here. You are just like our Speaker of the Parliament. I am sorry. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.